everyone, for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and boy, did I dig up a golden oldie. Steve-O, welcome to OneWrestling.com.
Well, Bill Apter, if you're here, I gotta be here. This is where all the stars are.
Well,
once again, we're in Atlanta, where the hot wrestling moves are going on all the time, and you're here to cover them.
Well, thank you so very much. Now, when did you retire from the wrestling business?
Well, I don't know that you ever retire totally from the business.
Well, from being in the ring, I should say.
I had surgery on my hand, and then I got a staph infection. And then they were waiting around for me to get the revenge matches. I broke my hand when I was wrestling the Great Kabuki.
Now, what year was this?
That would have been '84.
Okay.
And I had trained, George Scott came in and said that he wanted me to do the same thing as Ricky Steamboat with the karate. And I was very excited to do that. First match I had, then I went to block a karate chop from Kabuki, and I broke my hand. And after that, I could just never get my hand healthy enough to get back into the ring. With kids and grandma and grandpa back in Minnesota, they were calling for me to come home and get a normal job.
Yeah.
And those
what did you do?
Those little voices in your head,
yeah,
they got a lot louder. And for me, they told me it was time to go back home. And I got a job with my dad. I'm a registered investment advisor. I sell pension plans to police, fire, and teachers.
Wow. Wow.
Natural transition.
Yes, it is. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, where do you have a website for your business that you'd like to?
FocusFinancial.com/Steve-O.
So let's talk about the good old days. What was the general question everybody asked? What was the great match of all time for you?
The great match of all time.
Yeah, or the greatest opponent you ever wrestled against.
I tell you, there was so many. I wrestled Ric Flair for his title on 5 occasions. It was like trying to grab a tiger by the tail. I wrestled Terry Funk a few times, and when you get into the ring with those upper echelon people, the effort that you have to put forward just to keep pace with them is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I went to Japan to wrestle Jumbo Tsuruta, and I've never been suplexed so many times in my life.
Japan is suplex territory.
And I was trained in by Billy Robinson, and I saw quite a few suplexes in my day with him. But all of a sudden, you take it to another level, and you either have to step up and be the man, or you get stomped on and you get put in your place. And unfortunately, I wasn't ready for the big time just yet. But to have a taste of it, to be in the ring with those names, those are highlights of my career.
Do you currently watch wrestling on TV?
Yeah, of course I do. But you really don't have many choices nowadays.
You don't. But what you see, who do you like?
I still try to watch Shawn Michaels, and
he's not around a lot now these days.
No.
But what about competitors like Randy Orton and CM Punk?
I wrestled Orton's dad.
Yes.
I had a match against him, and it's hard to make that transition some 20, 30 years later. Who do you like?
Oh, I'm impartial. I'm a reporter here. But you know what? As long as it's in the ring and there are people presenting pro wrestling, even if they call it sports entertainment,
sure,
that's what I like.
Absolutely. Me too.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to catch up with you again.
My pleasure.
And you never know where we'll meet up again. We'll see all of you at the matches.
And you can hear it from him first.